today's video is March 13th here in Middle Tennessee. Good afternoon, good afternoon. I've hit some snags on some few projects here that I've gotten, and you guys have probably already seen the videos on that there. So, we're going to try to work on this one today. Maybe this one's more of an easy fix, hopefully. This one, backstory real quick. Main road I live off of, was going to pick up a 1/4 inch hyper tough impact you guys seen me do on previous videos, and on my way going down that way I saw this mower and another mower sitting there on the curb. Well, I was kind of hoping, you know, I had to meet this guy at a time frame, so I couldn't stop and grab it real quick, so I went and go get the impact. I came back, and thank goodness by the grace of God, this mower and the other mower was sitting there, which we'll worry about that mower on another video, because I think it's going to be an engine swap I'm going to do on something else. But anyway, this one's a Brute. It's a 22-inch mower. It's got the Briggs & Stratton Quantum engine. We have the side chute. Unfortunately, no bag, but that's okay. We got the side chute. There's one height adjustment. I think it's a 22-inch cut. Really sturdy. It's supposed to have a battery start, electric start for it. Unfortunately, the battery's shot for it. But since this mower was for free, if we can not put any money into it, you know, getting it running, if the electric start works, if that starter works, it's intact still on it. We'll see, maybe we can put electric start on it with the battery and charger, if I can find it reasonably priced. Because I can still put some money, you know, make some money off of it regardless. And it's got the key still for the key start, so that would be a bonus too. So let me go ahead and get you guys walked around it, and then I'll get some starting fluid out, and we'll check the fluids, check the air filter, oil, and then we'll put some get some starting fluid out, test it out, and see if this thing will bark. Alright, so let me get you guys around here what we're looking at here. Briggs & Stratton Ready Start. There's people on Facebook Marketplace in my area that are selling lawnmowers, and you know, to each their own, but they like to list that 7.25 gross torque as the horsepower there. And I've kind of gotten into a little, not a little beef with them personally, but when I list my mowers up there, I put on there that some people put on there incorrectly the gross torque and making it look like the horsepower there. But it's a Brute from Briggs & Stratton, or as Turo would say, Stratton. Like I said, we got the side chute for it. I know the camera looks like that yellow is darker. It's not. It's actually faded out. Camera makes it look like it's not. But unfortunately, we got yellow hubcaps here. Unfortunately, on this side, though, the hubcaps are missing. So I'm probably going to have to take those hubcaps off of there, because it's no use of having two of them on that side and missing some. Although I got some that are gray. If I wanted to choose to go that route and paint them yellow, I probably could if they match. I'll have to see if they match first, and then see if I got any yellow to do that. But anyway, like I said, there's the battery start option. Unfortunately, it's a smaller battery. The battery is sitting on top of my mom's car right now. I've got it disconnected. I'll show you guys the battery in a second, but here's the model and serial number right there. Move all this out of the way. There's the model number there. The engine cover is missing the screws off of it. So let's see what the year is on this thing. Okay, so we're looking at, January of 2012. So what year? My birthday was January 19th. So let's see. 12. Okay, so 2012. So we're looking at, January 12th. Yeah, so it's 12, 1, 12. So January 12th, 2024. Go figure. I mean, excuse me. January 12th of 2012. So, okay. So we're looking about 15 years. Okay. So, unfortunately, a little rusty around the cylinder head. Let's see if we can get this cleaned off somehow. Auto choke, like I said. All that looks to be intact. That's good. I'll have to check the air filter. It's one height adjustment on the mower itself. Okay, so no... I'll have to see what it has for a blade. Let me put this cover back on there. I'll have to find a couple of, maybe some drywall screws or something to throw on there. I might have some. Let's see what we got for a blade. It looks like the carburetor was new at one time. Okay, so the blade is there. Although I think that is missing a chunk out of it. Huh. Interesting. Belt's in there for the self-propelled. There's a chunk missing out of that blade. The blade almost looks like it's upside down, but it's not. I'll have to look and see if the other side's like that. That's weird. There's a chunk looks like it's missing out of it. Okay. So one height adjustment. So, well, let me go get some tools. Let me go get some starting fluid. We'll check the fluids and all that and see what it does. All right, let's check some fluids first of all. See what we're working with here, fluid-wise. Wipe that off. Okay, so it's got oil. It's almost on the first notch. There might be some gas in it, I don't know, but it's not, like I said, it's not overfilled, so it's on the first notch. It's sort of clean in a way. I don't know if I can get you guys, there you guys can see it. Where my thumb is, that's where it's at. There. It looks clean. It smells, I can't tell if it's gas in it though. But it's got something in there. Gas, there's something in there. It's probably old. Let's check the air filter real quick. Here. Let's see what kind of air filter we're dealing with. So, the air filter, even though it's new, it's dirty. So that's what the air filter situation looks like there. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's dirty, but you know, I've seen worse. So, you know, the auto choke is working. Like I said, somebody put a new filter in it at one time or another. Let's get some starting fluid. Another airplane. That sounds awesome. It's like the driveway, they come around the driveway area and fly right overhead. All the way up. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. I put too much in there. Let's see what it does. Let's see if it barks. So try to over rev. Now here's my question. Is the throttle sticky? It was sticky. It is sticking though. Let's try that one more time. It's more likely a ultrasonic clean. I wanted to keep that on there just in case I had to mess with it, but it acting like it's got a shared flywheel key. It's not pulling it back on me. Did it just run on its own for whatever fuel it's got in here? No way. Looks like somebody already tried to bend that back already. Let me go get some tools real quick. Let me try something with this. Let me see if we can get this thing figured out. That'd be nice if it ran on its own. Not have to do anything to it. Let me go get my pliers. Okay, I brought some tools out here. I'm gonna take this thing off this right now. Can I do it from this? Okay. Let's get this off of there right now. I'll find a couple of screws for that here in a minute. I need something to tie that handle back. I want my clamps. See if we can get this son of a gun to start back up again. I might have to. I wonder if this is sticking though. Feels like it. It's moving now. Let's see if I can get it started again. Okay, well, the self-propelled works. Something's going on with the carburetor though. We might have to check it out. But when I try to lift it up though, it tried to act like something was hitting against that blade. So let me get it up on the bench. We'll take a look at it, see what's going on with it. All right, let's see what's going on here. See, there's a wash port on here on the bottom. That's good. We don't need this side chute at the moment. Put you over here. Now, this thing was kind of sticking. It works. The gas don't smell that old that's in it. Interesting. Trying to see. I might need to take it off though, just to look at it. Okay. Quarter inch bolts for this. Okay. Let's see, we need a quarter inch to take that off, and then we need an 8. 8. To take the 3 bolts off here. I hate to take it apart though, but it's auto choke, so it's not like the other ones where you have to worry about the primer. I mean, primer's good, don't get me wrong. I like the primer, but it's just the issue with, you can't get that to seal correctly when you peel it off like I'm doing right now. And then, of course, starter's there. That's good. Like I said, it's got wash port. That's nice. Auto choke. I almost want to go through this carburetor just to clean it. Hang on, I gotta go grab a pair of not pliers. I gotta grab my hemostats real quick. All right, sorry, I had to go get my hemostats. Hemostat stat. I'm gonna put that there. Fortunately, I didn't bring my clamp to my wrench out here to take the bowl off. I think we're gonna find out together. How about that? See if I can catch anything out of it. There. All right, so it looks like we got 3/8 bolts to take off of there as well. Do 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 do. We gotta take that 1/4 inch off of there. There we go. And take these off with this. There's one bolt. And 2 bolts. 2 bolts. 2 bolts. Oh, no. Okay. It's all good. Alright. See what we got going on here. I got my ultrasonic cleaner ready, but I'm going to look and see if we can do this without having to kind of, mess with it. And some of that gas is coming a little brown out of there anyway. There, so. Hang on, I gotta go get a towel. And get that rag I was using to check the oil. Clean that off of there. I probably should have washed it first. I know some of the people wash it. Sometimes I keep forgetting to do that. Okay, so this is still dripping. Okay, that's fine. So all the linkages works. Let's see what's going on with this. It's moving. I got that plugged in. It's still trying to go. There's something in here, liquid. All right. You done yet? I need that bowl. All right. Let's take this apart. Let's see what we can find out what's going on with this. I do got another one of these I was trying to rebuild, but it's missing the Welsh plug off of it. I can always pop that on there, but let's see if we can get this one going first, even though I know it's not original. It looked like somebody replaced it. All right, I got my little bowl cleaned out. I got my other Tupperware thing sitting over here to do this. Let's just take the bowl off and see what we're dealing with. I know it was running, but still. Oh, it's a 13, isn't it? It's gonna fool me. It's gonna be a 13. I can tell this is aftermarket then. Yep, 13. Well, I'll be dipped. It was shorter anyway. So this is an aftermarket carburetor because usually the other ones are half. Well, there's the bowl. That's actually in really good shape. So this carburetor hasn't been on there very long. Carburetor don't look too bad in it either. Look at that. That's all that's in it. That's all the little trash that's in there. Hey, Mom. Want to look at something real quick?
What? Oh, no. You got it cleaned out.
Yeah, but it looks like somebody replaced the carburetor. Missing the Welsh plug. Interesting. So there's nothing wrong with the carburetor, at least on this end. So, but it's missing the Welsh plug like the other one I got doing the same thing. Is it sealing though? Okay, so it's sealing. Apart from the bowl having trash, I really don't see nothing else wrong with it, so.
You don't have no white paint, do you?
I probably do in the cabinet.
Or in this cabinet?
Yeah, I'll move that door out of the way.
Can I get to it?
Yeah, hang on. Alright, I had to get me a paper towel. I might go ahead and just drain that gas tank out while we're here. I mean, look at this. That's spotless. So somebody threw a new carburetor on here. This is not even nothing wrong with it. I'm going to ride with it. So somebody put a carburetor on here. Couldn't get it going. I bet you start over revving or something else. Something.
Oh, anymore, because I thought somebody was zero turn. Had the grass already?
Okay. I mean, apart from this, I might just spray a little carb spray in there and just see what it does. But other than that, let's go put it on there. So let's go. I'm going to go clean that gas tank out real quick. Bring you guys back. We'll put it back together and see what happens. Okay, I have cleaned out the gas tank with my air compressor and all that, so I'm going to let it dry a little bit. The fuel that's right there, I'm going to save that for our fire pit there because it's old, so I'll just use it for that. And you're probably wondering, why do I got the muffler off? Well, I kind of noticed. If you guys didn't notice in the walk around, you probably already did and already left it in the comments below. But I didn't know that until I looked over here and I saw one bolt on it. So of course I took the bolt off, and it's missing not only that, the little keepers, you know, to hold that bolt from backing up. This is rusty, so I'm going to have to probably hit that with a wire wheel. Unless I got one that's better, I can throw off a junk engine. But this one, I need to, the thermostat's there. The bolt hole looks like it's okay from what I see. So I'll just throw another bolt on there. And probably take that cover off and clean it off camera. Unless I see something bad, and I'll bring you back. So let me go see if I got a different muffler I can throw on it. If not, I'll take a wire wheel and clean it off. And I should have a bracket and stuff to, you know, put on there for it. So let me go do that, and I'll bring you guys back. All right, I think I'll bring you guys along for this. I found another muffler, but I needed the bracket off of it. And that muffler, this is the one that came off here. It's rusty. I tried to clean it off my wire wheel the best I could. And I tried to find the best hardware I can use for it as well. This one had one of these brackets right here. I think I'll clean that off camera. It should be able to bolt that on there. I just probably have to make the holes for it, and make it look a little bit cleaner, make it look a little bit nicer. There's the one bolt that came out of here already for it. But I'm going to see before I go and put that on here. Let me make sure this is going to thread on there. And I got this bolt right here I think I'm going to use for it out of the two. This is not the one I cleaned up. Where'd the one go that I cleaned it up? I just had it. I had just sit it down before I popped the camera on. There it is. This is the original one that came out of it. There we go. This is where drop it. This is the one of the two I came off another engine I had sitting underneath my trailer. This one I almost stripped trying to get it out, so I think I'm going to use this one even though it's all pitted and all that. But let's make sure this is going to thread on here before we even worry about that. So if it does, we're golden. It looks like it's going to thread on there, so okay. So the holes are still good on it, and I cleaned them off with the wire wheel. I'm going to take this thing off here, so don't worry about that. So, I'll put that one on. I'll put this one on. There. And then that one looks like a longer stud. Maybe it'll thread on there once we put it on there. Okay. I think one of those gaskets was on the outside, wasn't it? Yeah. It looked like this was on. So this was on there. And then this was on there. So it has a guard. Put this on. So it's all like a sandwich. It's all like a sandwich. Well, I was going to take this cover off anyway, so let's see if they'll cooperate with us while we're here. Wanted to take this off here and see what the fins look like anyway, so let's look. So hopefully enough this works for it. I'm going to clean it off anyway, so I'm not worried about that too much. Stubborn mule. That off for the oil dipstick. Like so. Turn that out of the way. Turn down for what? Alright. Any critters? Better get out now. Oh, not too bad. No, nobody, no eviction notice. Okay. Well, I didn't get the muffler on there correctly then after that. Alright, let me get my air gun over here real quick. I got it off. Okay. Fire in the hole. I want to check something anyway while we're here. Because you know, if you guys noticed in that video earlier, it was kind of bucking and kicking. So I'm wondering if we have a sheared flywheel key. Since I saw that blade like that. Okay. Let's slap this on real quick. easier to do now since I got this on. Put the shield on. Thus. Put that on. I didn't think that went up, did it? Oh, okay, maybe it did. My mistake. That would help because it's got to go in that pocket right there. Look. Operator's error. Okay. Let's see. Put this on real quick. Wait a minute, wrong way. How does it act like it doesn't go on? Might have to put that on manually. Alright, so why are you not going on the... Maybe longer threads? That better be the only excuse we're getting out of this. Okay, so it is longer threads. That one's shorter. So I need a longer thread one. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get that squared away real quick. I'm not going to bore you guys. Let me go find another bolt for that. Bring you guys back. Okay, I want to show you guys this. Unfortunately, these muffler bolts that I took off, they're not the same ones. They're shorter threads. So my landlord gave me a bunch of nuts and bolts. I had one the correct length, but I had to cut it with my cutoff wheel to fix it, but it's still a little short. So I'm going to have to probably stick some washers in there to compensate for it because I don't want to cut any more off of it. So I already got one in there. I haven't done the other one yet. I'm going to wait for the one to bring you guys along for it. See if I can get this to catch. I don't want to use an impact on it, so. Yeah, it's not a dumb idea if it works, huh?
your
Now I
wheels.
got what? Now there's a spring washer that's on it. Now could I stuck a better washer on there? Probably. I stuck a spring one in there, and I think that'll work perfect. And I don't think it's gonna back out. So that's on there. And then I'm gonna put that muffler guard on here too. I might clean that up before I do that, but it'll go on there like this. It's actually supposed to be 2 bolts. No, it's supposed to have 1 bolt. So it'll go on there like so. We'll get it to go on there. Either that or I might just leave it on there. I was thinking about putting it on there, but maybe I just won't. Well, I was going to put it as ecstatic, but I think I'll just leave it as is. So it's no big deal. The muffler's on there now, so it ain't coming off there. So, all right. Let me go put the rest of the tins back on here. And I'll bring you guys back and we'll button this. I want to get this fly cup off of here too real quick. Let me go actually do that. I need to get the cup off of there. But I wanted to show you guys what I was doing here because I had some other nuts and bolts I was trying. It was a quarter inch 20 bolt for it there, but I wanted to put the little guard on there, but that's okay. All right, let's get that flywheel cup off of there. Let's see what's going on with that. All right, I'm back. Got some tools with me. I went to go get my jaw pullers just in case we have that issue with the flywheel. Got a long 15/16 socket. Let's see what's going on with it before we go and put everything back together. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna bring you guys along for this. I want you guys to see at the same time I do this. 1, 2. Haha. Look what we got. Look what we got. We got a shear flywheel key. Well, I'll be dipped. Hang on, let me bring you guys over here. I knew something was up with it when it started and it backfired like that. Look at that. The timing is off. Well, I'll be dipped. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that's a horse of a different color. Alright. You know what this means. I get my 17 mil, my jaw pullers here. I'm going to mosey you guys down on this side here. Put that nut on here as a brace. I normally would do the hammer trick, but here lately I've been having good luck with my jaw pullers here, even though I'm missing my thing for it. This is a Harbor Freight one, and of course I've used it for so much I broke the little small things off a bit since then. Alright. Now, with any luck here, let's see if we can do like the Greeks and say Opa when this comes off here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was easier. I was expecting to go. Well, that was no fun. I was going to be all dramatic about it. Alrighty. Well, there's your problem. Right there, let me get this out. There's what's left of the flywheel key. There's the other half. There's the other half, so it did its job. I got some off-brand aftermarket keys over here. you can throw in here. We'll get them out. I knew it. I knew it as soon. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it as much as I knew my name. But something was up with this when I did this. All right. Unfortunately, I don't have the brake off of here. This thing had a.
It was under the bushes up in front.
This thing had a shared flywheel key. When I went to go start it up earlier,
yeah,
it kind of backfired, but it didn't pull the rope out of my hands, and I knew it. But as soon as I took the cup off, look, I said, that was it.
Oh, okay.
The flywheel key came off, broke on it. Let's hope the blade is not bent.
I done. I gotta go flip the thing over where if it rains it don't. Look like they were supposed to rain at 5 o'clock. You see what time it is, don't you?
They're saying 6 now.
Yeah, it's not. Look at there's not a cloud in the sky. I think it was somewhere else. It says Tennessee, but it could be anywhere. You know.
Yeah, I know. There we go. Flywheel key intact. Perfect. We're in there. There you guys go. See, we're lined up right there. Okay. Sit right. Okay. Put the cup back on. Nut back on. You're a nut. As Henry would say, you're a nut. Yeah, I remember that. All right, fire in the hole. One for the show. Okay. 2 bars. I'm good on that. All right. All right. So muffler's on there. So we just got to put the carburetor back on. We should be good to go. Let me put you guys on a quick time lapse. We'll put this thing back together again. I got it down here on the ground. I never took the spark plug off to check it. Now the only thing is the flywheel key is only going to be sheared only one way. You hit something really hard. The blade I couldn't really tell very much, and I thought it was chipped, and it looks like that on the same side, so it's not really broken. I think it's just that way that is. So we're going to put a little bit of gas in here. To wet its whistle and all that. Give it a little bit of time. Let that carburetor get in there and do its thing. There. It needs a really good clean, but least of my troubles right at the moment. We just gotta make sure it runs correctly and all that. I sprayed starting fluid on that governor linkage here. It's moving freely now, so I might have to take my pliers and bend that tab up a little bit, but we'll see how it runs before we do that. I'm gonna raise this thing up. See if the height works. It does. Get it up there, up in the air some. A lot of people like cutting dirt. I don't. I like cutting grass. Okay. Nothing leaking. I don't see nothing leaking out of the bottom. Alright, so let's get it up here on the handle. So we had a shear flywheel key. We fixed that. Cleaned the bowl. Carburetor wasn't really dirty, so we didn't have to spray carb spray in there. So we just did clean out the bowl. Everything looked good in the carburetor. So apart from that, this thing should fire up. One pull. What do you think? Here we go. Or did we? I didn't hook up the carburetor. I mean the spark plug. That would help. Now I should probably start one pull. I did notice rattling, unfortunately, when I lifted it up. I hope it's not a shared bit carburetor leaking. Oh, is it leaking? So the carburetor bowl, unfortunately, is leaking. I don't know if it's leaking from that gasket itself, though. I mean, apart from that, it's running. The only other issue is, I see, is I got to look and see if it's bent. That blade, the crankshaft. I hope it's not. But let me take the blade off. I'm gonna look at it real quick and see. Okay, so it is bent. Unfortunately, I can't get my crankshaft sleeve on there to do it, but it is bent. Not by much, but it's bent. Just enough to cause problems. And it looks like the highest point is up here. So, fortunately, I might have to do this where I use the bolt to do it instead of the sleeve. Because the sleeve I got won't go on there. The oil is dirty anyway, so I'm glad I ran it like I did to drain it out. So, I don't want to use an impact on this thing, so I'm going to try to get it down best I can. Put some pressure on it to do something. I wish I had that sleeve there to find out, but I can't get that sleeve on there to work. It's a little bit fatter. I mean, worst comes to worst, I have to come out here maybe tomorrow and do it. I'll work tomorrow, but let's come back out here tomorrow and maybe finish the rest. Maybe I can. Let's see if I got any progress. Fortunately, I can't get a. Let me look at it real quick. So it looks like my highest point is still there. It'd be nice if I can get that crankshaft sleeve on there, but I can't. Can only turn so much with it. Then I have to let it sit there. I'm gonna leave it sit there, put some pressure on it, maybe give it a few minutes and do it. But I'm gonna probably save this for tomorrow because I need to clean some stuff up before it gets fully dark here. You know, it's like 7 o'clock at night. So I might leave that as is, come back tomorrow and do it again. So we'll just bring this back for the next day. How about that? So be tomorrow for me, 2 seconds for you guys. Alright, it's the next day. I just got home from work. I'm off on Saturday. This is the next day after I did that video here where we're trying to get this straightened the best we can. they're supposed to call for severe storms tomorrow, so I'm going to try to get this done. And I got another video I need to do on another mower I need to finish up on. If I can do it at the same time today, I'm going to try to. Anyway, I'm going to try to get this straight. Unfortunately, I can't put the sleeve on there. I think we're... It's right there where we're at. Okay. I got a stainless steel bolt here. I'm trying to put some pressure on it to push it down. I wish I could get a sleeve on there, but the sleeve I got is not. It's it's wide to a point, but it gets narrow. But we're gonna try to push it down the best we can. I know we're never gonna get it perfect. You're never gonna, unless you replace the whole crankshaft, which I'm not. I'm just trying to get the vibration off enough. And since that's a 22-inch blade, I doubt that I have one like that. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out something with that situation as well. There. So that's just hopefully enough we can get the bend out of there. And then out the oil, it was really dark. Probably as dark as my table right here I work on. So we're gonna change that out. We'll put some fresh oil in there when we do. Pull it over a few times. I'll check the spark plug's got some carbon buildup we're gonna have to clean up as well. There, so let's put some pressure on there for a few minutes. Okay. Let's see where we're at. I don't know if you guys can see. I'll try. All right. Gotta go one. Need more pressure down there than right here, really. But I don't think I can get that sleeve to go where I need to down there. It only goes on there so far, and then it gets... Try to make these videos not long, but sometimes it just happens that way, just depending on what I do. I've already had an issue with a video already I've done where I've had to do almost a voiceover on it because the way I had my mic plugged into my phone jack, the case was in the way, so it wasn't catching it all the way, so it wasn't working there. So let's see, let's try this. I know I got that on there. So it looks like the highest point still right there. Right there. I don't know if this is gonna do it. We'll give it a try. Unfortunately, that sleeve, like I said, won't go on there all the way, and I gotta do this with another engine I got, and I don't know how it's gonna fare because it's not a quantum engine. It's one of those newer style engines, and I don't know how good I'm gonna get with that because they're not very forgiving when you try to bend the crankshafts out. So I don't know. Let me pause, you guys. I'm gonna stop you here. Let me go get this down, and we'll get it even. All right. Okay. I got it. Hopefully enough where I need to be on it. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there for a minute. I hope the threads are not acting up on this thing because I noticed that something with the threads are a little different off of this. Might have to redo the threads on this thing. Have to get another bolt to put on here. All right, let's see. All right. It's getting better. It's getting a little bit better. And if you guys can see it, I know that sleeve is not on there like it should be, but I'm gonna give it one more time. Okay, we're gonna leave it right there. Give it a second. I'm gonna leave that there. I'll bring you guys back if I get it almost straight. Okay, I think I got it. I'm gonna get you guys zoomed in as close as I can to it. There. About as close as I can get you. I don't know if I can get you any. Let me get you guys a little. Let me put the legs down a little bit on the camera here. Hang on. And bring you guys up. And okay. All right. I think we got it. I don't see it. I think we got it, guys. I don't see it doing the little, you know, acting up. I think we got it. So I think we call this one a success. Okay. The wind's blowing, so I apologize for the shakiness. I'll try to hold the camera. I think we got it. Okay. I'm good with that. Like I said, I think we got it the best we're going to get it. Yeah, we're good. All right. I'm going to go pop all this stuff back on the mower. I'm not going to bore you guys with it. I'm going to put all this stuff back on there, everything, and I'll bring you guys back. on because I had to throw some oil in there. I got 30 weight oil here, 20 ounces of Super Tech. I usually buy quite a bit of that when I'm at work. So let's see. I'll pull it over a few times before we crank it over. I sharpened the blade as well. All right, good. We're right on the money. We are dead on the money right there. 20 ounces. Couldn't do that again if I tried. That thing's so clean you can't see it. It's right there where my thumb is, or my index finger was. So I'll pull it over a few times to let that oil circulate through before we crank it over and start it. And I sharpened the blade. I got it balanced the best I could. I had to go and put a zip tie, cable tie over here because this is trying to pull out of here. Let's get this on here. Oh, and I had to fix the carburetor, the washer, you know, the fabric washer on the bowl nut there was off somehow, and it was making your carburetor leak. Alright, so I got this cover off still because I got to get a couple of screws for it, and for some reason I guess when I put the hardware away last night I misplaced one of the bolts for the gas tank, so I got to find one. I know I got it in parts, but I have to get that. But that's neither here or there. That's nitpicking stuff, and then I got to get the screws for the top cover. Okay, so we did all this work. We straightened up the crankshaft, sharpened balanced blade, cleaned the carburetor, air filter sort of okay. If this thing runs good, I'll see how much a battery and charger is for it and see if it's even worth throwing into it, even though this mower was free. And I might have some real covers I can paint yellow just in case, but here we go. As my dad would say, Mama, look at here what I found. Ain't that right, Dad? I like it when a plan comes together. Now I just need the screws for the top cover. I need to go find those. So the blade, you remember before when I was running it earlier in the video, it was hitting against the frame. It's not doing it now, especially when I picked it up. Let me see if I got any wheel covers that'll match this, and I might have to paint them yellow to fix that. So let me go look for those, and then I think apart from that, I think we're done with this mower. Unless I can see if I can find a battery and stuff to throw on it. All right, we're gonna wash this thing. And my horde of wheels, you know, they got the yellow. I got the yellow caps on here. I'll show you. You know how these are missing on this side. This is the way it was when I got the mower. Okay, we got these right here. They're yellow. Okay. Now I can do this and repaint it again if I need to. I got a little bit of yellow paint. I don't know how much I got, but I might just use it for this one. I got these caps I can throw on there, and make it look nicer in a way. This one might be a little warped. Maybe I need to look for a different one, possibly. But I'm gonna clean these up, and I'm gonna throw some paint on them. I got some yellow paint. a little small can. It's a duplicolor one that I got from a long time ago back. I don't know if it's any good still, but I'm gonna clean these up while I'm washing the mower and throw that on there, and we'll be good to go. So let me go get the super clean out, spray it on the mower, and we'll clean this bad boy up, and then I'll put the screws on there for the top cover, and it should be ready to go. So I'm gonna put you guys on some music, and I'll do all the work. All right, it's all cleaned up. It's got to be polished up a little bit, but other than that, I got the screws on there for the cover. I am electing not to. I was thinking about it, even though I got it for free. I was thinking about it to put electric start on the battery for the electric start, but it needs a charger as well. Now I've seen inside house garage do it where he used a battery for a drill, but unfortunately this one's smaller, so I'm not going to be able to do it. I was thinking about that, but it won't work. So I think I'm just going to leave it as is and just tell whoever buys it, if they want that option, they can do it. I'm pretty sure the electric starter works on it. I'm not going to worry about that because I've already got, this mower is free, but I've already had to do stuff to it already. We had to straighten out the crankshaft. We had to straighten out the blade. I kind of straightened out without even hammering it. I sharpened it and got it balanced all right. It wasn't too bad. Cleaned off the cover. I found some screws to put in there for that. I'll switch out the air filter before I sell it. Unfortunately, I don't have nothing to paint that muffler. I mean, other than that, no, it's decent. I also took off the yellow cover because I was going to paint it yellow, but the yellow I had wasn't going to match. And actually, I'll show you right now. It's right there. Compared to the ones that are sitting over there, yeah, that's that was what little bit of yellow I had left, so it wasn't going to work. So I think I just took the wheels off completely, those covers. So it would have been nice to have them that way, but I think it looks okay with it all blacked out in a way. So anyway, by the time you guys see this, I'll probably have this mower sold. So if I sell it, I will put in, by then I will put in the description, or I'll put it in the picture here of me doing it. Also, I got the side chute for it, and this is the mulch cover that I cleaned out of the back of it as well. So it has that option as well for it. I'll go ahead and put that back in here now. It's supposed to lock in a way in there. I think it holds it with that. I'll figure it out. And of course, there's the side chute for it. I painted the areas also where they were rusty. got that all squared away. So this cover just sits on here on these two little tabs. There you go. You can side discharge or you can mulch. But either way, I started up one last time before we sell it on. Like I said, if this was my own, I would probably do electric start, but I'd have to ask more for it if I do. So I started up one last time for you guys on video. It needs more gas in it, so that's why it's doing that. So I don't think I had that much fuel in it. No, see, it's empty. I'll put more gas in it before I sell it. I'll put a little bit. I don't put much in it when I sell it. I let them know that ahead of time. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I got another video I got to do before this storm comes in tonight, and this wind is being a little vicious today. So I'm having to watch with my tripod here. So anyway, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up there, subscribe to the channel. A lot of you guys are like 80-something%, or you guys watch my videos are not subscribed. Please do. Share the videos out with everybody. Check me out on Instagram as well. You see previews of some future videos I put out. And that's all I got. So like, share, and subscribe. Keep on turning those wrenches. Y'all, see you guys on the next video. Y'all take care. Hey, catch.